Welcome to our joint online exhibition between the Consulate General in Frankfurt, Germany and our gallery. We are glad that you are visiting us, and now have a look on 31 artworks that we collected from our group of active artists for this online exhibition. We have actually set up 3 halls within our exhibition area, which we would like to present to you now in our virtual tour. As you have seen on the invitation flyer, the topic of our exhibition is Envisioning Healing and Inspiration from Abroad. The art sector worldwide and as well in the Philippines was hit hard, so many of our artworks were produced during this ongoing pandemic. This cruel situation influenced our artists in some or another way while creating their works. The artwork on the invite flyer for the joint exhibition is from one of part-time artists of the gallery, Christian Carlo Gonzalez. In his real life, he is actually one of the frontliner in the healthy community. Let us start with the first room. At the first panel, we will see the 3 artworks of Christian. On the left side at the wall, you see the mentioned artwork Genesis 1-3. The artist is stated, "Be fruitful and increase in number, fill the earth and subdue it, rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky and over every living creature that moves on the ground." The second artwork in the middle of Christian is all about life of Papa Isyo. This artwork is about the bravery and sacrifices of the people and farmers who plays an important role in the Sugarlandia in Negros. It all started with Papa Isyo, who was the leader of a group of Pabaylanes that fought and protect their land against the non-Malays, Spaniards and Americans, to name a few. And the third artwork is all about the catastrophic events that happen and currently happening in the world, from murder, racism, volcanic eruptions, pandemic, terrorism. But in the midst of these events, we know and we believe that there is light beyond darkness. Let us move on to the next panel with the 3 artworks of Dominic Urbano, another self-taught artist in the gallery. Dominic is already with the gallery many years by now. On the left side, you can see Inang, and Dominic said, "We must take care of our mother nature for the better future of the next generations. Nature will give the change on what exact things we give to it. Take care of it and Mother Nature will grant us the things that we need for living." And in the middle, Dominic brought his own version of Spoliarium. We can always look back a scene from the past by the artworks. The memories, the message, and the emotional scene will be reminisced. And finally, on the right side, you can see the third artwork of Dominic Urbano. It's all about a hero who continues to sacrifice for the fellow, endurance and blood and sweat efforts of workers, farmers, fishermen, and all who wholeheartedly resist the scourge of life. When we move to the artworks of Jerilyn Donguines, another self-taught artist in our gallery, you can see 3 artworks on the panel. Her first artwork on the left side is called Bagong Pag-asa. In our time, everyone has been affected by the pandemic. Everyone lost their jobs, become vulnerable, especially the emotional health. But always remember, don't forget to pray. Through faith in the Lord, this pandemic will end soon. In the middle, you can see her artwork, The Bright Side. Be optimistic, always look at the positive side of life. And the third artwork of one of our 5 lady artists, Jerilyn Donguines, is on the right side. It's called The Colors of Valley. During the pandemic, we need to stay at home to be safe from the virus. And while at home, do not forget to pray to the Lord because He is the only hope of our lives. Moving forward to the next panel, we can see the 3 artworks of another of our lady artists, Ana Fenemenso. Ana Fe is one of the fine art studied artists of the gallery and have been with the gallery exhibiting in Europe and Germany for exhibition abroad. The description of her artwork are as follows. Let us start with the first artwork which she specially prepared for online exhibition, which you can see in the center of the panel. It's time for your season. Everything on earth has its own time and its own season. There are seasons in your spiritual life too. It's fine to pray for a miracle, but don't be disappointed if the answer comes through a gradual change. Over time, a slow, steady stream or water will erode the hardest rock and turn giant into pebbles. Over time, a little sprout can turn into a giant redwood tree. Remember how far you've come, not just how far you have to go. You are not where you want to be, but neither are you where you used to be. The next two artwork were made already the other year, but are as well related to hope and the circle the humans and the communities are in. The first artwork called The Circle of Life. The character is both developed and revealed by the test. While it needs to be said, all of life is a test. The purpose of your life is far greater than your own personal fulfillment, your peace of mind, or even your happiness. To discover the meaning of life, we must turn God's word, not the world's wisdom. And then, the next artwork is Golden Circle of Life. It's all about experimenting and discovering. It is full of mystery which makes a person to live with passion. There will be ups and downs to guide us for what is right and take us for the path which will make us from who we are. Those two artworks mentioned are visible in the office of the Consul General, as you may have realized during the opening of the exhibition. Let's move into our next virtual room, where we can see the artworks of several of our artists. Let us start with the artwork of Sarah Tario called Acceptance. Sarah is still studying and with the gallery several years. The two artwork of Kevin Kubinar are to be seen on the next panel. The left one is called Line Between the Lines, and the one on the right side called Overthinking 3. One of the artwork was done in 2019 and the right one in 2018. The right artwork as well is visible in the office of the Consul General in Frankfurt to be seen personally if wanted. At the next panel, you will see the three artworks of our sculpturist Arnel Garcia from Pampanga. His left work is called Alice in Ordnung, which means in English all is fine. Arnel mentioned while describing the artwork as follows: the matrimony exists in time of pandemic between the two lovers. Remember the vow for better or worse in sickness and in health till death do us part. Arnel's second artwork is called The New Hope, which is described as follows: my entry depicts the apparition of a sprout figures to the apparent environmental changes. The black and gray background is an illusion, only nature is innocent. The apparition is designed to act now for the future. And the third artwork is Health is Wealth. The third artwork was done during the stay of Arnel Garcia 2018 in Germany, when he was participating at the exhibition in Amsterdam and in Frankfurt. The next artwork in this room on the next panel is called The Signs of Times by one of our lady artists, Patricia Colantes. This work is clearly influenced by the situation in the Philippines which the artist is facing right now. The next in line are the two artworks of the lawyer in our round of artists, Dexter Matias. He often is painting in watercolor as he did for the exhibition as well. The first artwork of Dexter is called Barong Barong. The second work on the right side is symbolizing the hope we are right now. He defines same by flowers, in that case the artwork called The Roses. Our last artwork in this spiritual exhibition room on the next panel is an artwork of our youngster, the self-taught artist Lucas Strana from Cavite. It is called Euphoria. The artwork he presents us is simply inspired by the survivors of the pandemic. Lucas is still studying and with the gallery since he was 17 years of age. Let's move into the third room of the virtual exhibition. You will see several funnels with some very interesting artworks of artists. Let us start with the two artworks of General Codillo. The one on the left side is called Matatapos Din Ang Lahat, and the second one, The Power of Faith. The artist wants to share with the interested viewer that in every storm in our life, we are not supposed to lose faith. We have to keep on believing and everything has its ending. On the next panel, you will be seeing the two artworks of the Kapampangan artist Remy Pineda. The one on the left side is called The Conversation, and the one on the right side, Watch and Pray. Both works are influenced by the pandemic situation the artist is enduring the time in Angeles. Moving towards the next artworks, you will see the works of another of our lady artists, the artworks of Shelo Ilusorio. On the left side is the artwork called The Disastrous, which the artist describes as follows. The world isn't the same as what it used to be. Let us all be safe. And the second artwork of Shelo is called Social Distancing, which she describes as follows. Sometimes we need to be distant from people, not just to save ourselves, but to save many. Follow the rules. On the next panel, we can see the artwork of Joshua Villena called The Lockdown Stories, which again has a close relation to the situation we are in for time being. Joshua is still studying and with the gallery a few years now. And last but not least, we can see on the final panel of our exhibition the artworks of the Philippine Master of Watercolor, Mr. Rafael Popoy Cusi. Popoy, as his friends are calling him, is guiding and teaching the artist of the gallery since many years. He is not only spending his time with the artist during on-the-spot sessions, he is as well extending his knowledge of art and material to the group of artists without hesitation. The first artwork of Rafael Popoy Cusi on the panel on the left side was produced already 10 years ago and looks as fresh as from today. The artwork is available in the office of the Consul General, as you may have noticed during the opening. It is called the Red Abstract and shows the qualification of the artist who by any means produces huge body of works in all available mediums, from watercolor and crayons to acrylic and oil, and all different available styles and topics. The second artwork on the right side, as the last artwork in our exhibition as the top end, is called the Rhythmic Wave. The Philippine Master of Watercolor, Mr. Rafael Popoy Cusi, is called to describe his months in the pandemic as follows. He stated that in the beginning of lockdown, he was a bit irritated, but after a while, he continued to express on the canvas whatever he wanted to express, be it in landscape, in abstract, be it in oil, in watercolor, or in acrylic. He said he just expressed what he thought is needed to be expressed. The artwork we have chosen is done the other months during the pandemic and fits perfectly as the last and final work in our visual exhibition. We are at the end of the virtual tour through the 3 rooms, and on behalf of the General Consulate of the Republic of the Philippines in Frankfurt, Germany, and on behalf of the gallery, we would like to extend our sincere thanks for your presence. We hope you enjoyed the guided tour. For any further information, please do not hesitate to contact us through our different channels of communication. Thanks for watching. Thank you, mabuhay, vielen Dank.